Welcome back, and to talk more about the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, we are delighted to have with us over the phone Her Excellency Ambassador Soad Shalaby. She is former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Ambassador Soad.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us today in Africa Today, and I would like to know more from you about the latest developments on the ground concerning the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement and what's going on now.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
And it is a great pleasure, of course, to talk about Africa Free Trade, Free Continental Free Trade Area, because it is one of the successful agreements that has started by two things, tariff elimination and the rules of origin.
Yeah.
And member states have been very active in progressing the tariffs, 97% to create a single continental-wide market for goods and services.
Yeah.
And also the rules of origin, because finalizing these specific product guidelines ensures that goods qualify for preferential duty-free treatment under the agreement. That is why it is important that the countries who have signed this agreement should start operationalizing the trade programs and the border harmonization, and also the free movement of persons. Many countries who have adhered to this agreement, especially the EU Protocol on Free Movement of Persons, have declared the right of entry and residence for all Africans without visa. And this has encouraged people to move from one country to another without limitation, without any restrictions.
Yeah. Ambassador Soad, we want to talk more about the challenges that are facing the Free Trade Area Agreement lately.
Yes, of course, there are a lot of challenges that are facing, especially that the infrastructure and the transportation facilities, like the air freights and the ports, have been very difficult to implement without facilities of moving the goods from one place to another. So the high logistical costs and poor infrastructure of ports and borders transiting has handicapped the implementation of this free trade area. Also, the compliance of the knowledge and the knowledge gaps. The rules of origin, as I said, it needs to have customs documentation between different countries, and knowing more about the businesses of each country. Also, the unequal playing field. There are many goods that need market intelligence. That means that they need digital marketing, and they need to spread their market knowledge through the digital ways and means. Now the trade documentation have always been on paper. Now it is a paperless trade. That means that the digital trade is becoming more and more important, and also the financial facilitation. That means that organizations like Afrexim Bank and the African Development Bank are providing financial backing and credit access for implementation of this free trade area.
Yeah. Ambassador Soad, how could the agreement help to create jobs and also support the industrial growth in Africa?
Yes, as you know, it is this trade area
Mm-hmm.
is actually increasing the intra-African trade up to $3 trillion.
Yeah.
And it will boost the GDP, by the cumulative GDP by 1.4 trillion by 2045.
Mm-hmm.
That means that it will offer a lot of jobs for those who are unemployed, because it will reduce the reliance on raw materials export, and it will encourage industrialization and diversification of exports. So it will help in regulating the environment, and also in attracting foreign direct investment, and in creating jobs for manufacturing, for services, for agriculture. So the youth, the African youth who are increasing annually, and who are jobless, will definitely have a chance, even by the small and medium enterprises, because the free trade is offering a very good opportunity for the small businesses to operate between countries in Africa.
Ambassador Soad, how can the agreement help reduce Africa's dependence on imports from outside the African continent?
Yes, of course, it will. The African Free Trade Area will expand the markets.
Yes.
And it will eliminate the tariffs on goods, and it will help the small and medium enterprises to move across Africa, and this will have a huge market for 1.3 billion consumers. Also, it will lower the production costs for local businesses, and those who have semi-industrialized goods or intermediate goods. It can be shipped from between one country and another when the borders are easy to ship. And also the value chains. Don't forget that the small firms are no longer confined to local sales. They can integrate into broader continental supply chains.
Yeah.
And this will give larger global value to the networks.
Yeah, and also the transportation networks, Ambassador Soad, must be supporting the intra-African trade. Tell us more about the latest developments in the field of transportation networks between the African countries.
Yes, of course, transportation, as I said, is very costly, and it needs a huge investment. That is why expanding the road networks to cope with the increased cargo is important. But it is one of the targets and benefits of the Pan-African trade, and that is why road transport is the main reason, or the main venue for intra-African trade movement. But we are the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is looking for the single African air transport market.
Yeah.
And this will liberalize civil aviation. It will allow for faster, more competitive and intracontinental air freight and passenger movement. And of course, modernizing the airports, modernizing the seaports and the airports, the major ports like Durban, Mombasa, and Dakar. These seaports will reduce the turnaround times and the congestion if they are properly functioning.
Ambassador Soad, what are the sectors expected to benefit most from the agreement?
Well, of course, industrialization is one of the main is one of the main sectors that will benefit from the agreement. Economic diversification. It will promote more resilient economic structure, and there will be more commodities. So it will. The main aim is not to export raw materials, but to industrialize and have a value added on the costs of the goods. That means the manufacturing and the regional using the regional value chain is the most important to export the goods, not to export raw materials, but to export semi-industrialized goods. And that is why it is important to focus on industrialization and elimination of trade barriers. These are the two main venues or two main initiatives, two main priorities that the goods and services have to move from one country to another by faster and cheaper trade across borders.
Of course. Well, Ambassador Soad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for joining us today in Africa.